Well, this week marks two very important days in our nation's history. We celebrate the birth of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., who fought ever so hard to change the racial tone in America. And then Dr. King's dream becomes partially realized as another champion of change. Barack Obama is inaugurated as our nation's 44th president. Here to give us some insight into just what these historic events mean is Dr. Eric Joseph, a scholar who studied Dr. Martin Luther King, and he's currently at Langston University. How significant is this election and this inauguration of President Obama?
I think this election, November 2008, was very significant. It was the longest election ever in U.S. history and the most expensive. But at the same time, the American people spoke, and they looked beyond race, color, creed, and they elected the best qualified candidate. So they, 65 million voted. And it is just a watershed moment that the American people spoke and said that this is the man, this is the face that we want to represent us for the next 4 to 8 years.
But there is some irony that a person will be moving into the White House, and a White House that was built by black slaves.
And that is the irony. This whole election has been that of irony. I can hear the Greek writers just having a field day with this. At first, it starts off with an African-American man who's half African and half American, and a true African-American. And then it starts off with Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech, and the civil rights movement, and Barack Obama being born into that movement. And now all of a sudden, all the hard work that many people, not just Martin Luther King, but many civil rights proponents and progenitors who've moved for this event to happen, who really put their time, their blood, their sweat and tear in for this final moment. And now you have Barack Obama bastion in this, into this sunlight. You have Jesse Jackson crying, although he said some disparaging words against Barack, but all of a sudden coming around and crying because he's reflecting on all the things and all the people who couldn't be here at this moment, and all the people that, civil rights champions who wish they could be here. So now you have a man who's going to occupy a house that were built by former slaves, a son of these people, and that speaks volumes to America and how far, at least cosmetically, we have come.
And now you have spent much of your career studying Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yes.
What would you think if Dr. King was still alive today? What would he say to President Obama?
He would let, on his birthday, he was the 19th, it's January 19th, it's the day before the inauguration, so that's the irony as well, and so significant. I think Martin King, I can't speak for him, but with my sanctified imagination, as we ministers say, I think Martin Luther King would be happy that the dream was fulfilled. But still, with a dream, there's different phases of it, and so this is just one act. Okay, we have somebody here that represents the dream, but there are still issues that we have to deal with. This is just the beginning. So I'm happy with you, Barack, but here's a list of issues that you must address. You must deal with some of the things that we talked about. You must deal with health care. You must deal with education. You must deal with the moral climate of the country, the financial climate of the country, the Wall Street. You must deal with the slums. You must deal with all these issues, and we're going to hold you accountable to make sure that you check off all of these things that you have to do. I think Martin Luther King, like he was to America, will be the conscience to America, and let Barack know that there's many things to do. Here's a list of things, and let's check them off together, and let's get there together. But you cannot, politics cannot solve these problems. You're going to have to use the American people, the churches, the clergy. Everybody has to be involved.
Well, certainly a significant time in all our lives. I appreciate you being here, Dr. Joseph. And we do have more with Dr. Joseph on our website with his reflections on Martin Luther King.